Hello, Flymolo here, presenting to you my new leveling guide, Flymolo's Outland Leveling Guide for Guidelime, with Horde and Alliance guides included. Now, this leveling guide add-on for Outland in the Burning Crusade is packed with so much detail I thought I'd better do a brief video explaining how best to use it. So first of all, you need to download Flymolo's Outland Leveling Guide from curseforge.com. Along with that, you'll need to download the Guidelime add-on by Rick Rob, and also Questy. And all three links can be found below the video. Now, if you manually unzip add-ons into your add-ons folder, just be aware that Flymolo's Outland Leveling Guide goes into the add-ons folder alongside Guidelime. It does not go into the Guidelime folder. Now, unfortunately, I don't have access to Outland for the making of this video, but I learned to write with Guidelime while leveling in Classic. So what you're looking at is an unfinished and unpublished guide that I wrote that works the same as the Outland guide for the purpose of this video. So when you log into the game using any leveling guide, the add-on checks the game data itself to figure out where you're at in the process. Now, what this normally means is that any instruction the guide gives, since the last bit of game data, like turning in a quest, will appear on the top line even if you've already completed it. Anytime there's an update, it may repeat all of these types of lines from the whole guide section, like here where there are 3 steps I've already completed. So whenever I log out, if at all possible, it's when I'm standing in front of a quest giver ready to pick up or turn in a quest. In this case, the red crystal. This way, I know exactly when to stop manually completing these repeated steps. So let's look at the Guidelime add-on itself for a second. If you right-click on some empty space in the window, you will have some options like Available Guides, where you can choose Flymolo's Outland Leveling Guide, Show Skipped Steps, and Show Completed Steps, which I like turned off. Although, if you accidentally skip a step, you can switch this back on temporarily in order to unskip it. Now, Editor allows you to edit a guide in-game. And let's look at the options. Here you can adjust the look of the guide on screen as well as some of the functionality. Now, one thing I like to always have checked is the automatically accept turn-in quests option, and I always have the same option turned off in Questy or any other add-on. This is purely personal preference, but it has the added bonus of letting you know instantly if you are picking up the wrong quest. If you see the quest text come up and need to click the accept button, then you know right away that this is not a part of the guide, or at least not right now. Now also notice that this slider for number of steps shown is automatically set to 0, and this means that all future steps will be shown in the window and you can scroll through them. Now I prefer something a little more manageable like 5 to 10, and I also like to resize my window so it's much smaller. Now finally, I make sure to have all quest trackers in Questy or anywhere else turned off. With Guidelime, you won't need a quest tracker cluttering up your screen. So as you're playing, the arrow is going to point you to exactly where you should go. And when you arrive, it will usually disappear, or it may stay pointing at a specific spot in the general area of where you want to be. Now what you're seeing here is a situation where the top line is lit and everything below it is grayed out. This top line is basically a hard stop. So it will happen when you need to accept a quest, turn in a quest, or complete a quest, and the guide will automatically move on when you've completed the instruction. You may also get a hard stop when there is a note with instructions on what you need to do next. In this case, just check the checkbox when you have read the note, and the guide will move to the next step. Some lines are not hard stops, and they'll float at the top of the box while you complete the steps below them. This usually will be a line like this that says, "Work on killing Darkshore Threshers as you complete the next steps." Now, you can also check these types of steps off to get them out of the window if you want to. My guide will always tell you when it's time to finish killing the Threshers before you can move on. Now, if you leave them floating, you may eventually have 2 lines that tell you to kill the same stuff, which means it's now time to actually complete rather than just work on the quest. Another feature of Flymolo's Outland Leveling Guide is all the extra waypoints. These show up as arrows without instructions that will guide you to your next objective. If you've played World of Warcraft at all, then you've probably been lost in a cave or stuck at the base of a mountain and not known how to get to your next quest objective. Now, this won't happen with this guide. If the map doesn't make it obvious, you'll get a series of waypoints that guide directly to where you need to go. So now you know how best to use Flymolo's Outland leveling guide. Please like and share this video, and if you love my guide, please consider hitting that donate button on the add-ons webpage. I would very much appreciate it. Flymolo's Outland leveling guide for Guidelime. Download today and conquer the Burning Crusade.